Hello everyone, welcome back again to another video. Today I'm going to talk about a new game that I've just recently finished, and finally I've done it. I've finished the game 100%. It's Silent Hill F. I mean, you guys can see the thumbnail, but yeah, I want to talk about Silent Hill F, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna fully on review it. So, obviously, just like the other review, I'm gonna do a non-spoiler, and then after that I'm gonna do a spoiler review at the end. So, Silent Hill F, it's a very interesting experience to me. Like, I'm a guy who never plays Silent Hill games before. Most of the time when you talk about survival horror, I only play games like Left 4 Dead 2. Wait, is that even survival horror? Never mind, that's not survival horror, right? Dead Space? Is Dead Space survival horror? I've played Dead Space, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, Dead Space Remake, and then I've also played Callisto Protocol. And then when you talk about franchise, I've played Resident Evil the most out of the other franchise. But sadly, I didn't play a lot of the original ones, so I only played Resident Evil 2 Remake, 3 Remake, 7, 8, 4 Remake, and then Revelations 1, Revelations 2, 5, and then 6. Yeah, so that's it. And I guess you could say that this video is coming from, someone who never played a Silent Hill game before. I mean, that's a lie. I did play a Silent Hill game, but it's an arcade, Silent Hill the arcade. I think everyone hates that game because, there's no horror in it. It's just shooting. I mean, it is an arcade game, right? It's a light gun shooter. You get what I mean, right? It's a railgun shooter arcade thing where all you have to do is just sit down, waste your money, play the game, have some fun, shooting all of these enemies from Silent Hill franchises, which is, I thought it was a really cool and fun idea, and I really enjoyed the game. I honestly also enjoyed the original design from that game, like Mama, I think I forgot what's the name. Phantom. I think Phantom is like the final boss, and then Tuberculosis is like the dragon. I forgot what's the other one, the spider puppet thing. Is it Mama or something? I forgot what's the name of the boss. But yeah, they look really cool, and like their designs are, distinct and unique. And I think it kind of fit in the genre, in the world of Silent Hill. And then now I've played my first official Silent Hill game, which is Silent Hill F. What did I talk about? What did I think about it after 100% the game? Okay, so before anyone get confused, what I mean by 100% the game is getting all of the achievement, and I already finished the normal ending, or to get the bad ending, good ending, UFO ending, and also the true ending, which is like the final. That's the final thing that you can get on the game. Before I guess you can kinda after that technically get the UFO, but since I want to use the secret weapon from that UFO ending, that's why I do it like earlier in the game. So yeah, Silent Hill. Hold on, let me see. How long did I play it? Oh yeah, I've played it for almost 52 hours. Almost 52 hours, and I 100% the game. What I think about it, from a perspective of a Resident Evil fan, I think it's a really fun game. I know this game is very controversial. Like it's which is not. Like, I think when you talk about like Resident Evil, what is the one game that revived the franchise from the dead is Resident Evil 7, right? That's like the new game, the newest in the franchise, in the entry. And then in here, I know it's technically Silent Hill 2 Remake. That's the one that basically opened the gates of, giving the thumbs up to Konami to do more Silent Hill. But Silent Hill F technically is the next entry, the newest one in the franchise, right? So let's just talk about the newest one and not the remakes. So yeah, like let's talk about Resident Evil 7, right? Resident Evil 7, I think it's positively being being applauded, being loved by fans, and honestly a lot of people, and me included, still agrees that Resident Evil 7 is one of the best, better games, especially in the franchise of Resident Evil. It's really good, it's really intense, it's really scary, and it did its job when you talk about survival horror. The problem is with Silent Hill F is that the marketing and the talks about it, especially like the writer, right? I think a lot of people said that the writer Ryukishi 707, he's very famous with psychological thriller horror writing or something like that, like mystery or something like that, like on the light novel side of things. So a lot of people said, like already hyped the game to have like one of the best writing, one of the best storytelling in the franchise. Which obviously I didn't know the franchise. I haven't played any other Silent Hill, but I think this game does have a really, really good storytelling. The problem is the lying, the marketing did its job obviously, but it lied to the audience. I think the marketing shows a lot of the eerie atmosphere so much that the most of the combat in this game did not appear on the trailer, and I think most people are scared, like worry about this game because of the hit stop. So yeah, like the combat, a lot of people already hate the combat from the trailer, which I also am very worried. But I played the game, and it's so funny that I actually felt really fun with the combat. It's so much fun. I don't know, I don't know how. Even though it's weird, there's this like hit stop every time you hit the heavy attack. Once you hit the heavy attack, the enemy like recoils back, and then there's like a hit stop, and then and then after that you can do your light attack or do your other stuff like running away from the monster and such. It's really weird, but to me it's really fun. I don't know why. It actually hooked me to the game, and it hence why I finished this game, honestly, like complete the game. Oh, and also the storytelling. The storytelling and also the new cutscenes and new stuff that you can unlock throughout the game, throughout New Game Plus, which is honestly, it's a really, really great way to basically, make the game bigger and better. And honestly, the price, being as expensive it is, like, Indonesia, so the rupiah is 1 million rupiah, which is, in Indonesia, it's one of the most expensive game ever. And it's more expensive than Doom, like Doom Dark Ages. The problem is I haven't played that game, so I'm probably going to base this with, like, compare this to Resident Evil 4 Remake, I guess. I think that's my previous game that's, like, another one that's very expensive. But even then, like, comparing these two, I agree it's a bit too expensive. But if you really enjoy the combat and the story like I did, I think it's totally okay to purchase this game without any discount. But if you're worried about the combat, if you're like so tired with the combat, you just, maybe you don't really want to finish this game like 100% and get all of the endings and stuff, then yeah, I'll say wait for the discount. But yeah, anyway, dang, I already talked like too far away. But yeah, like this game is like the marketing, I think is just lied, because this game is like a hybrid. I think in terms of Resident Evil, I would say from the first act to the second act, it's all Resident Evil 2 remake. It's like Resident Evil 7. It's like survival horror. I think it's even like really, really fresh and new to the franchise, because I think like most of the time when you saw the other world, the other dimension, is this rusty, disgusting, very eerie, scary place, like I don't know, like torturous chamber. In here, the otherworldly place is a shrine. It's majestic. Yeah, it's still eerie, but it's there's rarely like any parts where I was disgusted at. Most of the time when I went to the other world, I'm actually getting like amused by it instead of like scared by it. I get scared when there are enemies that are hunting me down, obviously, right? And also the sound design and stuff like that. But the problem is after that second act to the third act is so combat heavy. It has also like this jump the shark moment. I think this is the very first time they did it in Silent Hill franchise history. And honestly, I will compare this to like Resident Evil 6. Like the goofiness and the combat, like to me, it's really fun combat. So I'll say the combat is really fun. There's too many combat, but there's too many combat, and it's sometimes it's kind of goofy. Like it's kind of like too much, that it just doesn't feel as serious and as dark, even though it is dark. Like when you understand, this moment, this I don't know how you say it without spoiler, this new thing that you gotta get, it's really dark, right? The meaning is really dark, the symbolism is really dark, but when you use it and then it's how can I say this? I'm just gonna say I don't know if you're gonna realize this or not, but it's kind of like Devil May Cry and Onimusha. Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna say anything because it's gonna be a spoiler, or really spoiler a heavy one at that. And I think this is the moment where it just goes to shit for a lot of people. But to me, it's not. I still enjoy this game. Honestly, it was very surprising, and honestly, it's very, very fresh that, like, finally we can do something, especially in the other world. So in the other world, the monsters are immortal. So basically, if you kill them, they won't die. They will down, but not out. So on like in a couple of minutes, I think they gotta come back again alive. So the only way to kill it is by this new thing that you're gonna get at the end of the second act, or a blue lantern, and that's it. And it's really hard to find a blue lantern because it's only specifically on certain areas, and that weapon you only get it on the second act, like at the end of the second act, I would say. It's after that it's just really fresh because now you don't need to be afraid of like the enemy coming from behind you. Like when you already kill the enemy, you don't need to be afraid, or you don't need to do a, how do you say it, keep reminding yourself that enemy is still alive. You know what I mean? It's really hard to describe it, but yeah. But the problem is it's no longer a survival horror. And what's sad is when I played this game on normal with the puzzle difficulty is hard, which since it is written, there's like two difficulty, right? The story and also the puzzle. It is written for a Silent Hill experience, get the story difficulty or the normal difficulty, and the hard difficulty for the puzzle. So I picked that at first, and my god, at the end of the chapter before the final fight, I have so many health, like bandages, like rat capsules, like all of this stuff. Like I have so many that it was like completely like baffled me. Like, how is it a survival horror? Like what? I got so many stuff, and only that, like a lot of people say that, oh, the weapons are so rare in this game. The weapons are really rare. The toolkits are really rare. The toolkits are the one that can bring back the durability of a weapon. So basically, the weapon have like a durability system where each you hit light attack and heavy attack and focus attack, which is like it uses like a chi energy thing, and it's like empowered attack. You will do damage to the durability, and once it gets to 0, the weapon destroyed, breaks. Honestly, after playing through every difficulty, it's not really that bad. I think I've only been in a single moment where I know I need to skip a lot of combat, because if not, I'm gonna break the weapon in Lost in the Fog. And that's it. It's just Lost in the Fog. Lost in the Fog is the hardest. So you got story, which is normal difficulty, and then hard, and then Lost in the Fog. Lost in the Fog is like the hardest, or Inferno difficulty. It's the hardest. So then you realize this game, from a really great masterpiece survival horror with this intense atmosphere, the fog is still there, it's really haunting, the story is amazing as well. It's and like the blood, the gore, not the gore, the blob, where there's like tons of like flowers, the red spider lilies flowers or sakura flowers even growing from there. It's beautiful, but it's kind of disgusting and gross, and like like it's interestingly creepy, right? Which is on theme with the game's theme, which is I think it's like finding beauty in terror, or is it like, I forgot, is it finding beauty in terror or finding terror in beauty? I forgot the tagline or the theme of the game, but it's basically like that. And Hence why most of the enemy creature designs are like that as well. But yeah, it's just lame because I can't see how people play this game, and I can see how that fan base is split apart. You got the fan base that really fucking love this game, even criticizing and even like talking shit to IGN, which by the way, IGN give this game a 7 out of 10, and a lot of them give this game an 8 out of 10. I think it's like IGN and another one that give this game like a 7 out of 10. A lot of people shitting IGN for that. And then you got another fan base that totally hate this game because of the combat. And then the third act is just tedious. There's too many combat, which I really agree. Especially that third act where there's this arena fight where you have to kill a certain enemy that is so tanky, so spongy that even until playing this like 4 times, I'll say, is really tedious. That part I hate the most. I honestly 100% agree. That part is the worst. Fucking arena again and again and again. You have to kill a certain enemy, and this enemy is so tanky. I hate it so much, and it's like doing like its attack is just stun locks you, like stuns you a lot. I hate it so much, and it can either summon this enemy or summon like explosive. I fucking hate it. But yeah, you got that, and then you also have people that hate the story, which by the way, I just don't understand this type of people that like rage baiting. I get it, the story is so generic, or like it's not something special. If you already heard the story about like the Silent Hill F, what it's about Hinako, right? Hinako wants to have her own choices, her own rights. The problem is, the story is that the family wants her to get married, and it is told through the story, to the game, that being married means your right and your choice is just gone. You're no longer a human person. You're just a doll. You know, you're just a doll. You're nothing but a doll. And a lot of people, that's why a lot of people call this a, Silent Hill F for feminism, which I get that. But I hate it so much where people just watch the normal ending and they just immediately like cried about this game and hate this game just because, oh, what is this game about? Like, this game like trying to tell us that marriage is bad, that all men are evil and shit. Like what? Like, bro, watch all of the ending, read the lore, right? Then again, the problem is I get that, right? Because if you play the normal ending and if you read the journal, there are tons of like stuff that I can see some of these people can get triggered by it, and it sucks, and it really sucks because I really enjoyed the storytelling. It just sucks. There's gotta be people that are gonna be like that, like being so obnoxious about it. Like, yeah, but the thing is, like, it's 1960s, right there in Japan, and besides, like, I don't understand. In normal ending, Hinako isn't even a good person. You even have Rinko, which acts as like a antagonist as well. Like, I don't understand how people can watch this, like see this game and play this game and just say all men are evil. Like, what are you talking about? And then marriage is bad, marriage is evil. Well, if that marriage takes away the woman's right and choices and turns that woman from a human to less than a human, like a doll, like an object, then yeah, of course it's fucking terrible. Like, what? Like, what? Of course it's fucking terrible. Like, what the fuck? And then like if you watch the true ending, you'll realize that's not the true story. That's not like the canon story. Matter of fact, they didn't even say marriage is evil. They didn't even say all men are evil. Guess what? Like, it's all there. It just sucked because it's on a normal ending, and this type of people just going to look at this single playthrough and they're never gonna touch this game forever and ever. So yeah, in the end, man, wow, I talk about this quite long, huh? Almost 20 minutes. So yeah, let's moving on. The story, I just said the story. The problem is it's generic. I don't wanna say too much of the like the true ending. I think I'm just going to talk about like the spoiler stuff later on a different video. But basically, once you heard like what you see, like basically like one of the villain is the father, right? Shimizu Kanta, I think that's his name. Hinako hates her father because her father is abusive. He is abusive, alcoholic, and he's lazy. I think he's lazy, right? I think he doesn't have any job, but he always get angry to her, to his wife, and she, funny enough, Hinako also hates her mother. She hates her mother because she doesn't stand up, and she just lets her husband like abuse her and also Hinako. And that's the whole thing, right? Like a lot of people also get kind of disappointed or angry because like, oh look, a father that is alcoholic and abusive. Oh wow, like it's like whatever, man. You do you, right? But it's like when you heard that, and then when you heard about this, the story talks about how feminism, woman empowerment, right, woman rights. I think it also talks about how society force men to be a certain type of way, like toxic masculinity, Jesus Christ, masculinity. There you go, right? You get what I mean, right? Once you heard that, I think you kind of know what like what is Shimizu Kanta backstory is. Even with that, I think a lot of people already know what is his backstory about, like why is he become this abusive, basically. And it's the most obvious generic answer possible. Sadly, it is like that. It's very stale, like it's very low, like it's not some brain buster moment. But yeah, like it sucks, but the characters are amazing. I really like how they are well written. There's tons of surprises and new stuff on the new game plus. There's even like new game plus plus. I'm guessing the new game plus plus is where you finish the good ending and the bad ending. It's really good, but I do agree there are tons of levels and also moments of the game where you can just easily skip them in new game plus since there's nothing new there. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think for me it's a really good Silent Hill game, but it's also a controversial one. I'm not a Silent Hill fan. I think it's a really good game. I really enjoyed it. Also, the creature design. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Kara, I don't know. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name, but the artist behind this, it's not Masahiro Ito. It's a different style. It's a different design as well. Design team to it, and I think it's fit very nicely to the game. Does it fit to the franchise? No, I don't think so. It's honestly very different than the franchise. But then again, you look at Silent Hill, Short Message, I think that's the name, or I forgot what's the recent one as well, the one that have the Sakura head. Even the Sakura head looks pretty off from the other monsters, right? Then again, I could be just basing off like Silent Hill 2, right? Like the pyramid head. You look at some of the monsters in Silent Hill F, it's like filled to the brim with flowers, with this like flash body horror. It's just like it's bright, it's vibrant, it's different than the other. But the symbolism is still there. There's still like the monsters still have their own symbolism about Hinako's suffering and trauma, and also from her friend's perspective, trauma, design, stuff like symbolism as well. So yeah, it's still technically Silent Hill, I guess you could say, but yeah, it's very different than the other Silent Hill game if you talk about like the design wise. Oh, there's even one of the enemy that honestly looks like a Nio enemy. Like I don't get it. He looks like a yokai, and I'm just gonna say it. He have this head that is filled with flowers, and the flowers are glowing orange or red when he's angry. Like, isn't that just Nio? Like, why there's a Nio enemy in this game? What? And then also like some of the final bosses from this game is so cool that if you take that bosses and then you tell me that that's from a FromSoft game, like it's from a Dark Souls or like Bloodborne game, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be. Because when I saw that, the boss looks so cool. It's like completely take me out of the picture of Silent Hill F. You know what I mean? It's not scary. It's more of a majestic, really cool design. You know what I mean? It's divine. I don't want to spoil a lot, but it's very in theme with Silent Hill 1 and 3, I would say. I think I've read some of the wiki, like the final boss is, I don't want to. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The first Silent Hill game final boss is, I think you have to face God. I think I could be wrong, right? In here, it's it's basically like that. You have to fight a divine being, just like God in Silent Hill. I hope that's not a spoiler. I hope I'm not gonna talk about like who is the divine, who is this, who is how it looked like. No, I'm not gonna talk about that because I think that's a spoiler, obviously. Hopefully it's not spoiler. But if it's spoiler, then I'm really sorry. I thought that I'm just gonna say it, right? I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. It's really fun. It's just, yeah, that's the worst part. The third act is just the worst part. The arena fight, it's really bad, man. Like, damn, it should have been just puzzle. And will I say there are any best part? I would say yeah. Scarecrow puzzle is one of the best part, even though the puzzle is sometimes confusing and kind of bullshit. But I really enjoy that part as well. It's really unique. I think I really enjoyed the overall town of Ebisugaoka. It looks very unique. It's very Forbidden Siren. Yeah, a lot of people also compare this to Forbidden Siren instead of like a Silent Hill. I also like the stage where you go to the school. The school is honestly probably, I would say, one of my favorite. There are only two favorites level design in this game, entire game, in my own opinion. I think it's the school and also the Shimizu residence towards the end of the game. It's really fun searching to nook and cranny and the area of the building. It's really fun. And the puzzle there is also really fun and not tedious and not boring. It's really good. It's really fun. About the other world part though, there isn't a much that I would say very memorable. I would say like a lot of the Torii Gate stuff is really memorable. A lot of the majestic shrine is really memorable. Of the like the fox statues, the kitsune statues, the Inari-sama statues, and all of that look really cool. But it's not. I don't know, man. I still would say the school and the Shimizu residence are like two best stuff that comes from this game. And yeah, I really enjoy this game. I think I would say I would give this an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I recommend this to people who is diehard Silent Hill fan and who is, accepting new stuff to the franchise, accepting that it's not a survivor horror, but it's a survivor horror and later on an action horror, more of like an action stuff. People who liked, Resident Evil 6, I guess. Even though the combat, I can see how people also kind of don't like the combat. And probably people who like Silent Hill 2 Remake, because I think I heard a lot of people also criticize Silent Hill 2 Remake having a janky combat and also like too many enemies towards the end. But then again, I haven't played it. I couldn't confirm it. So yeah. But obviously, I wouldn't recommend this game to people who very sensitive, to the topic of women rights, feminism, toxic masculinity, patriarchy, matriarchy, society, right? I think I definitely I won't recommend this game to people like that is very sensitive to that, because you're gonna hate this game 100%, I'm sure. I think people who is die-hard fans of Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, maybe even PT, one that doesn't want to see their franchise being turned into something different and weird and new, I think I'm definitely not going to recommend to those people. But hey, just try it. But I will say, if you are truly a die-hard fans and you will love the combat, you will love that it's gonna from survival horror to an action, and you love that the idea of the story, then yes, just purchase this game. Just purchase this game, even though it's very fucking expensive. But if you're still, loosey goosey, if you don't know you're gonna like the combat, if you don't know you're gonna like the story, if you don't know that, you're going to do the other endings, then I'll say wait for like 10 or 20 discount. Yeah, so that's it. I really enjoyed this game, and honestly, I'm really sorry for a late video. I think last week I didn't upload any video at all. Yeah, I was very busy finishing this game, and also other stuff coming out as well. So comes out as well to me. So yeah, it's been quite a busy week, and probably the next couple video I'm gonna talk about Silent Hill F, maybe about like the spoiler review, because I haven't done it. It's already 30 minutes. I don't want to make this into an hour long video, especially just seeing my face here the whole time. Yeah, anyway, like, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoy the video, comment on the video, share your opinions about the game. I really curious about what's the opinion of someone that haven't played any Silent Hill and then now try a Silent Hill game, or maybe if you are a die-hard fan of Silent Hill. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next video and whenever I'm going to upload next. Goodbye.